As Americans debate how far the country should go to make amends for slavery and other racial injustices, a conversation reawakened by the killing of George Floyd, a city in North Carolina has taken the first step. It approved reparations for Black residents. The city, Asheville, NC, will provide funding to programs geared toward increasing homeownership and business and career opportunities for Black residents as part of a reparations initiative. The measure was unanimously approved by the Asheville City Council on Tuesday night, but it stopped short of stipulating direct payments, which are usually associated with reparations. City leaders said their goal was to help create generational wealth for Black people, who have been hurt by income, educational and health care disparities. The city, which is in western North Carolina and has about 93,000 residents, also apologized for its participation in and sanctioning of slavery, as well as other historical injustices perpetrated against Black people, who make up about 12% of the city's population. Councilman Keith Young, who is one of 2 Black members on the council, was one of the measure's chief proponents. He said during the group's meeting that systemic change was long overdue. "Hundreds of years of Black blood spilled that basically fills the cup that we drink from today," Mr. Young said. The momentum for reparations was not limited to Asheville. In Providence, RI, the mayor signed an executive order on Wednesday to commence a truth-telling and reparations process, the Providence Journal reported. In California, a bill creating a task force to develop reparation proposals for African Americans was passed in the Assembly in June and was being considered by the Senate. But some said the reparations initiative by city leaders in Asheville did not go far enough. And others panned it outright. William A. Darity Jr., a professor of public policy at Duke University in Durham, NC, wrote in an email on Wednesday night that he was deeply skeptical about local or piecemeal actions to address various forms of racial inequality being labeled reparations. For reparations to be effective, he wrote, they would have to close the pretax racial wealth disparity in the United States, which would cost about $10 to $12 trillion, 3 to 4 times more than total state and municipal spending. So piecemeal reparations taken singly or collectively at those levels of government cannot meet the debt for American racial injustice, he wrote. As part of the resolution passed by the council, city leaders in Asheville called on the state of North Carolina and the federal government to provide funding for reparations. Councilwoman Shenika Smith, who is also Black, said during the council's meeting that she had heard from residents who challenged the reparations measure,